Good morning. Happy Sunday, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Y'all, I was busy. I don't know, I've been in another place. My little creativity bug has been just going. And I've been putting up some shorts and stuff like that. But of course, I'm having to keep up with what's going on the streets. Guys, y'all came in here fast. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button and thumbs it up, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and roll this little intro. And let me know what you think. I hope y'all like it because I did it just for y'all, okay? Okay, all right. Let's go and just go ahead and get that thumbs up popping so we can go ahead and get on with Sunday shenanigans. Okay, pearls of wisdom, sweet pea, live, laugh, love, girl, gang stars. Okay, all right. An honorable mention to Curly Lock Diva and Key. Okay, we're gonna talk about everything today. I got a whole list. I got Keesha. Boom. I got the Muckers, loved by Erica and Creole Bay. I got Peach. I guess we're going to talk a little bit about girl. We're going to talk about what we have time for. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I will, we're going to get to it in just a second. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon. I hope you're enjoying your brunch, lunch, breakfast, whatever it is you got going on at the moment.
That's my man, bitch. Don't try to read me out. My man. And my man. Thank you to my man. And my man. Don't try to read me out. My man. Ooh, real bad.
Still the same. Yeah. Period. Don't play with me.
And y'all keep seeing us together. Yes, that video was true. I was in the process of divorcing him. I hired a divorce attorney, paid the retainer, like I'm done, it's true, we're gonna break up. And he was like, okay, if that's really what you wanna do. But see, my husband, I'm
My man, bitch. Don't try to read me out. My man. Ooh, real bad.
Good morning. Hey everyone, what's going on? Okay, let's get into it. Let me move this cuz I hate when stuff overlaps weird. Let me see. Okay. All right, good morning. Good morning everyone. Hit the thumbs up. You guys know, more thumbs up, less ad breaks. Banana nut yummy delicious bread. Okay, ran out the bushes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, look, this is the deal. I did see this picture yesterday. I didn't know what to think. This is what I got of this picture. Hold on, let me put this up because I didn't know if people were trying to congratulate the couple or what was going on, but it seemed, I guess, that there's some controversy about the pictures. I don't know. To me personally, I don't know, like, if it's worth trying to argue with something about like something that we already know. That's my stance on it. I mean, clearly we know that Keesha looks busted in every video. Keesha spends a lot of time beating her face. And, I'm not going to say I think she's an ugly woman because she's obviously not. I think she is, what they call telegenic or photogenic, rather. Telegenic is when people happen, like, for some reason, TV enhances their looks. For some reason, the camera likes this girl. Now, is she doing anything? I mean, we already know she does. I think she told us one Keyvember, not last Keyvember, but the Keyvember before last, when her and Jeremy weren't together, that there's some specific presets that she uses for her photos. I feel like I thought you guys remember that. And she might use that pretty face filter. I don't know. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really care. What was funny to me, what caught my eye is him saying mom and dad. Now, you could have came and commented anything up under my picture. Once you know the true cost, you value things differently. I mean, that could be anything, right? I don't know what she means by that, but he comes and puts mom and dad. Unless I'm sitting here pregnant, don't come through here commenting some damn mom and dad. What about love of my life? You know, um, they were worth every penny. You know, they like pillows when I lay on them. I don't know. Put something. Don't put mom and dad. Now, she is showing obviously a pooch over here. Can you guys see my thing? Okay. I don't know. Okay, now you can see it. Okay. She is, I don't know. She's got the diastasis didendi, and I don't know. Mom and dad. Okay, cool. Mom and dad. All right. Someone says over here, baby number 4, congratulations. Okay, right. Okay. It says how many other girl, you know that's her diastasis recti. It might be, you never know. You're not any smaller than her. It doesn't have, pregnancy is not a diss, guys. The one thing is that people feel like when you say someone looks pregnant, these days people hold their pregnancies pretty well. Everybody doesn't blow up to 500 pounds, but some people are so concerned about how they look. They want the baby, but they don't want the repercussions of the baby. At the end of the day, you're going to gain you might only gain 20 pounds having a baby. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But people get insulted. Anyway, her diastasis just that's the you're not any smaller than her. No, girl, stop it. She's not pregnant. Yep, that's die. You shady. Oh, okay. Keesha is salivating for a baby. Are you kidding me? Last thing she should be is insulted by someone saying she's pregnant, especially when your weirdo ass boyfriend is commenting mom and dad. He should have put, damn, baby. You know, I don't know. You look good, or I don't know, whatever. But girl, there was a comment. Someone said he had a Jerry curl. This has been edited. I looked at this yesterday, so I'm just now coming back to this. I may have got a snapshot of the person saying, Jeremy, I didn't know you had a curl. They really aren't. She really deserves someone better than him. You are too pretty to be under my girl post talking about a relationship that has nothing to do with you. It doesn't, though. Ever since she let her YouTube followers in on her relationship, and it's fine if I ask. Okay, period. Girl, stand for your comments. Okay, mommy, back it up, sis. Back it up. Ooh, girl, these dogs. You would think I'm the only. Come on, y'all, hit the thumbs up, please. Good morning. Happy Sunday. All right. Out. Out. Thank you. Okay, mommy. Farrah, handle these dogs for me, please. Ooh. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right. It's Facetune. Whatever it is, I mean, obviously we know she uses something on her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not moisturizer, sunscreen. Sis does some sort of correcting process. Haha, it always hit harder when you say it. Someone said she's fine, and some chick named April said she's fine, but she said it always hits harder when April says it. Okay, imagine. Okay, good, Keesha. Interesting. You look good, sis. Thanks, sis. Okay. Face card valid AF. So there's supposed to be 4 replies. I only see 1. So did she hide? I think this is where that comment, let's see. Yes, I do actually do you. I feel she does soft glam and natural more than anything because she doesn't even need it and is careful with her skin. She's not careful. This is a woman who doesn't wash her face. I'm sorry. Um I don't see where she is like into her skincare. Having dirty Clarisonics and always trying something new and not at being 30 and an influencer and not having like your tried and true, like this is what I use. There's nothing wrong with trying different things, but I don't hear from her as someone who watches YouTube, who's very much into skincare for reasons of I like it and I definitely use it. Um and buying, I don't really buy a lot of drugstore. I'm just going to be honest. There's nothing wrong with drugstore skincare. The only drugstore skincare I do buy is I do get some Neutrogena. So I do get some drugstore. But in terms of like my 3-step system on a regular basis, no. So I just don't hear her talking about skincare in a way of somebody who is really into skincare. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about hyaluronic acid and peptides and all that other stuff, but I know enough about what I have, what I like, what I've used, and all of those things. And her being into this influencer stuff, you would think that she would be able to have a little more conversation around the topic, of which I don't believe she has. So that's just my opinion. Um hey, my 411 twin. Whatever. Let's see what you guys are saying. She ain't let's see. Hey y'all, Jeremy never looks like he wants to be there. He just, I don't know what he's doing, just to be honest. He's looking very kind of is the food ready yet? Look, maybe she wanted to give Barbie. I mean, at the end of the day, did your tits kind of offset the diastasis? Keesha likes to wear clothes in a way. Keesha likes to wear clothes that accent that she's got a belly or she's got a soft hernia or whatever it is. Um Let her keep doing it. You know what I mean? She'll get tired of it eventually. I mean, wear some real pants, put on a cute blouse, put on a belt, put on a waist shaper, do something, and maybe you'll get the results that you want. Until then, she enjoys people talking about her whether she says she does or not. You know what I mean? Um, people are in here asking about another baby. She's just giving herself a reason to be mad because she says she gets mad when people are asking about her being pregnant. So she gets kind of a little attitude about that because she feels like, how can you just ask someone that? You should be sensitive to that. These days, people will ask you if you're on your fucking period. Okay. People ask anything. Okay. So somebody asking about someone being pregnant is the least of people's worries. And just because someone is pregnant doesn't necessarily mean that you are fat. I don't know where people get this from. This girl, when she was pregnant, the pictures that I saw, she looked quite normal. Um, Whatever, I don't know, I don't get it, but maybe when you're not pregnant you don't want people asking you if you're pregnant because that can make you feel a way. But at the end of the day, the way you feel about you should not be determined by people asking you random questions. That one thing shouldn't have anything to do with the other. Like it really shouldn't. You shouldn't let someone's comment make you feel bad about yourself. That's soul work. Okay, that's you looking in the mirror or having a seat with yourself and not allowing the whichever way the wind blows to make you feel differently about who you are. So if that can be swayed, somebody could have just said anything and it wouldn't have mattered. So um He doesn't even post her on IG. I saw that comment too. Someone posted, which I don't see it in here. Oh, here it is right there, girl. Why he never posts you? But you cute though. Let's see, right? Thank you. She probably posts it on his page and then he deletes it. He probably protecting her from trolls. I think Keesha probably has more trolls than Jeremy has trolls, but nice try. I love how people go and kind of try to cap for her protection. I think that's kind of funny. But that's cool. He constantly posts homeboys but won't post her. Girl, he always has a friend who's happy birthday to my brother. That's what he'll say. So, I mean, okay, good. Very good. Good, 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 good. Anything else on this topic? I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, I had a couple of people, about a handful, send me this picture like, hey, she's face tuning. I mean, what else is new? Keesha, if Keesha could walk around with a filter on her head, she probably would. The fact that she is correcting these photos is not a surprise. Keisha's face looks very soft and no texture here. I don't even think she's that great with her makeup. So when we're seeing her do her makeup on her regular channel, this is not what we're seeing. But Keesha has lots of texture. This is probably a little truer depiction of what we see in a regular vlog, but there's still some softness or extra light added to this. At the end of the day, you know, this character here that we see in this outfit, or Hawaiian Keesha, like, girl, there is look at that. Girl, there's so many different faces that we're getting on a regular, um and whether she is wearing some sort of a blur. I mean, could she have done something with her armpits? But look, she's trying to look, like, if you look at this, number one, I mean, obviously her Clarisonic is going to be dirty because she had a bunch of makeup on, but at the end of the day, like, you would almost think she had some sort of a sunburn the way her face is looking here. But I don't know, did she go and get like a uh a skin peel? Did she go get some sort of a treatment? I don't know. You would think she had a sunburn. Initially, you see a little bit and it almost looks like she's got a sunburn. And then it's like every post now, splash is allegedly coming through, which I think that's probably just Keesha commenting. Every guy is not going to be, unless that's part of his new contract, he has to come in and like her pictures. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, clearly sis likes a filter. Um, this situation right here, if you look close, girl, sis got texture, and a lot of people do have texture. I mean, she doesn't even look the same from one picture to another. Like here, I'm sorry. She has a certain look right here that is not feminine. It's giving um it's giving something that and so right here she looks like a like a normal woman, but also she looks that's not how she looks at home, right? When we see her in the vlogs, right? This right here, girl, stop it. Stop playing with us. Okay? That looks like Keisha Facetuned, right? So you guys say it's Facetune. That's what she looks like on a Facetune, okay? Keisha with makeup, makeup does her some justice. I don't know if it's a combination between Facetune and her standing there beating her face, using the wrong foundation. I mean, you guys have seen these videos. If you look at some of the videos from over, sometimes they are like Nigerian makeup videos or get ready with me. They're not even just always Nigerian, but they're sometimes many different countries. Um, and you will see a get ready with me, and you'll see a woman who's one complexion, and girl, they beat her face with either a foundation that could be a couple shades lighter, or and girl, it's like you're looking at a whole different person. And it's not even just because it's a lighter foundation. They could be color correcting. Somebody may have some sort of like hyperpigmentation. They could have very bad pits and texture. And they beat that lady's face up to where you can't even recognize what's going on anymore, right? So who you think she's above that? Girl, look how that first opened up. Hold on. Okay, see that? And then boom. Okay, there's hey Keesha, hey girl. But even that still has somewhat of a filter. But Keesha likes to show off her midsection. Keesha would love to show that midsection off and it not be a conversation about her looking and being pregnant. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. She's using something. I feel like is that the same dress? No, that was the birthday thing. Um, okay. Anywho, I feel like yes. So I saw those pictures and I don't know why it's such an outrage. Like Keisha's using, like, is it a surprise or do you think it's a cheat? Like, do some people feel like it's cheating for someone to get a better read than what they deserve because she doesn't, you know what I'm saying? If she figured out a way to make herself look better and be more marketable, do you think that that's a cheat? Is it a catfish? Or is it I forgot what I said before. Like, is it a catfish? Is it cheating? Is it not fair? Like, I don't really like she could be using the Barbie filter for all I care. You know what I mean? Like, I know how that chick looks when I see her videos, you know? So to me, it's not really much of a surprise, but I guess to some people maybe it is a surprise, like, whoa, I wouldn't say majority content creators do this, but what about majority people? I mean, do Greenheart, we don't know what you look like, right? And it's not to say we don't know who anybody looks like, right? Just because someone has a picture doesn't mean that that's them, right? So that's number one. Okay, so that's a catfish scenario, right? But number two, do you not have a favorite filter like vivid? Do you consider that like face tuning? If someone like you just like there's a signature to your Instagram feed, not the one that you come through and comment on, but the real Instagram feed that like your friends and family see. Is it I always use Sephia, or I always use City Trends, or I always use blah 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 blah, whatever your filter is that you like to use, because some people, you go to their feed, they always have a white background and they always have this, that, and the third. If you use that, is that considered using a filter also? I mean, I know what Facetune is and I know what the pretty filters are. That's different. I get it. What I'm saying is, when you're saying that the majority of YouTubers, just some people who are facially challenged. Let's just be real. There's no amount of Facetune and body filters or whatever that's going to make the situation look different, right? Do you guys have a problem with that, or do you want to just make sure, is it that we just want to make sure people know she don't really look like that? I'm curious. Filters are cool, but but I just can't get jiggy with the filters that change everything. This is not Keesha we watch on her vlogs. Okay, well, this is Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, people do their platforms differently. So some people do certain things on TikTok, some people do certain things on Facebook, some people do certain things. So per platform, you do different things, right? You can't put the same content from platform to platform, because what works on Facebook doesn't work on YouTube, and what works on IG doesn't always work on TikTok and vice versa. So she seems to feel like she needs to Facetune and other people do too. I don't know. Me personally, I don't care because I know what that girl looks like, and seeing her face tuned, whatever, um, it doesn't trick me into thinking something different. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't bother me because I feel like there's no amount of Facetune that makes me see her differently. Does that make sense? um Queen of Hearts, right? She told a bold-faced lie. She looks nothing like her. Oh, in that comment where she said that she looked, girl, she's reaching. In her mind, you know how somebody has like dysmorphia? So they have something in their brain that makes them, like, people have body dysmorphia. They could be perfectly fine, but they see themselves as morbidly obese, or they see themselves as anorexic. But to a normal seeing eye, we see them as, girl, you're just fine, you look beautiful, or you're the right size. But there's nothing that you can tell someone who in their mind's eye see themselves differently. To me, when I see her, I just think I see Keesha from YouTube all the time. Like, it doesn't, her Instagram feed doesn't, girl, it doesn't change anything for me. So I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think, to me, in that picture when I initially saw it, it was like, wow, you really went up numerous cups. So I guess this is before. I don't understand why she feels the need to give so much bimbo. So that was the boob that was in trouble right there, right? And she went to, and maybe because she's small, it just looks big on the screen. I don't know. Now this one looks way bigger, but this picture could be flipped, so this could actually still be the same breast. Um, I don't know. Like I said, what initially caught my eye was mom and dad, and then people chiming in about her being pregnant, and then a couple of people chiming in about her diastasis. And that was kind of it for me. I really, it's her face tuning didn't even hit the register for me, because that's how her pictures always look. Not, she thinks that she looks like the filter. She is the filter. Forget about that she looks like the filter. What filter? That's the problem that I think people are having. She says, what filter? Okay? What filter, y'all? That's the problem. Am I getting it right? She says, what filter? I'm gorgeous. Is it that's just the delusion? It's the delusion for y'all. Because Keesha says, what filter? Ain't no filters over here. I'm gorgeous, girl. Ain't no filters. Stop it. Let me write that down. What filter? What filter? I am the filter. It's the Keesha filter. I'm the filter. I'm the filter other people use. Okay? Girl, she's the whole looks plug. Sis is over here thinking she is the bomb diggity. Okay? All right, guys. What else? Was there anything else, Keesha, to talk about this weekend? Do you think she's pregnant, or do you think that she is, people probably on top of, raining on top of her I'm gorgeous parade? Was it people saying she's pregnant? Do you think she was mad about that, or does she like the fact of people saying baby number 4? But really, for Jeremy, somebody could have been cute and said baby number 4 for Keesha and baby number 5 for Splash. That's what they should have did. Let's see what's up under here. Oh, new post. Girl, you already know people already saw it. So she does, okay, clearly. Okay, sis wanted us to know that she had a new post. Okay, we saw it, sis. You already know. She likes the conversation. That's what I think. She likes the conversation. And sis is, hey Taylor, hey boo boo, hey everyone coming in. Girl, some people are just facially challenged. There is no amount of filter that is going to help. And God bless them. Everybody is not running to Miss America, Miss Universe, the damn Instagram baddie list. None of that. Okay. Some people, you just got to deal with what you got. Okay. You think she's batshit crazy and it's the delusion. Yes, she's mental. Sis thinks she's like, what filter? Girl, I'm I'm beautiful out here. What are you talking about? And girl, don't say anything about her man. Okay? Do not say anything about her man because girl.
That's my man, bitch. Oh, don't try to read me out. And my man, thank you to my man. And my man. Oh, don't try to read me out. My man. Oh, real bad.
Still the same. Yeah. Period. Don't play with me.
And y'all keep seeing us together. Yes, that video was true. I was in the process of divorcing him. I hired a divorce attorney, paid the retainer, like I'm done, it's true, we're gonna break up. And he was like, okay, if that's really what you wanna do. But see, my husband, I'm happy.
That's my man, bitch. Oh, don't try to read me out. My man. Oh, real bad.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay, happy Sunday, Taj. What's going on, sis? Yes, if you're not subscribed to Real Talk Bougie, make sure you slide on over there and click the subscribe if you don't mind. That way you can get caught up on all things, other things, right? She has given her man everything that she has to offer, and she's still only his girlfriend. If you let him tell it, child. So does that bother, like, is that bothersome? There's some women out here that have convinced them. Well, I don't want to say they've convinced themselves. There's women out here that say that that's enough. They want the kids and they have the look, but they don't have it legal. They have the look, but it's not legal. And they're okay with that. See, that might not be okay for you, but for her, she doesn't mind giving up her coins. She doesn't mind sharing with her baby father. She just might be hood like that. Okay? Why, if that's how she wants to do it, you know what I mean? Like for me, I think since I've been on YouTube, I had to realize like you can't convince everyone. And sometimes you can't convince anyone at all. You just have to live your life. And if people like it, they like what you're doing, then they might be like, well, hey, that's interesting. How can I do that? Or that's cool. Can you give me some advice? Or you know what? I used to want that, but sis, I didn't gave up. Okay. I, you know, if Keesha is of the quality and of the mindset that she wants to support a man, there are people out here who that is okay for them. You know what I'm saying? That is okay. They want to sir can go get his nails and his toes done. He only has to work hard in one place, and that's the bedroom. He is babysitting, and rather than caring for or taking care of his children, and he's there to be a sperm donor. She is the man of the house. Okay. There's a lot of people who are down for that. It's a whole culture. Why is it that we see more gender reveals and baby showers than we see actual engagements, weddings, and anniversary parties? I was just waiting to see if anybody would chime in. We gonna see a gender reveal. Homie is going to show up to the gender reveal and have all his friends there, maybe. Because I think he almost didn't even show up to Keesha's gender reveal, right? He was late because he was over there with Lily. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these women out here are doing way too much. But it's a culture of thirst. It's not even baby mama culture. It's thirsty chick culture. Okay? Yeah. I mean, we talk about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's true. It's very true. And then someone like me who talks about marriage and kind of like, ladies, if you've had your fun and you're ready to focus, I'm not here on a Sunday trying to tell anybody what to do. But if you want a certain type of lifestyle, if now, like, you're kind of like, you know what, I really do want to settle down, I would like to find husband quality, you got to be wife quality. You running around and have 4 and 5 different people that you're dealing with on many different levels. You got one person paying your bills. You got one person that you'll go swimming with and go kiss and fool around and do everything but. You got one person that you get nasty with, and you got one person who's paying your bills. Sis, you're not wife quality at this moment. Okay, can we talk about this on a Sunday? Like, is this what we want to talk about today? If you're running around doing the most and nobody knows your business but you and maybe one of your closest friends, sis, you're not ready. You are not ready. It's not you're not worthy. You are not ready. Okay? Because you're going to meet somebody who is going to want to handle you a certain type of way, and you might not be happy with that. Okay? So you got to get your mind right that you're ready to stop the shenanigans. You got to get your mind right that you're ready to be a wife. And then you start doing wifely things by taking that list down to one and figuring out who you actually really care about and who cares about you the most, or cut everybody off and live your life and wait for Mr. Right to, tap you on the shoulder. Okay. And you just live your life and minding your business, and you are refreshing your body, you're refreshing your mind. And you're not going to have people looking at you funny at the cocktail party when you show up with someone who's about to give you a ring, and they're not looking at him like, sir, she's like low-key slut. Okay. Maybe they have been together so long as girlfriend, boyfriend, he doesn't feel he has to marry her. Well, that's a problem. What man who loves a woman who has given him 3 children accepted the fact, or tries to accept the fact, that he has another one, as a man, doesn't know that it's the right thing to do to actually make her family? And that way, that if anything were to ever happen to her, to happen to you or her, you guys are legally tied together as a family. Marriage doesn't just mean, oh, we just live together, we share money, and you're going to take care of me. You are creating a family. It's deep. Let's see. What did you say? Splash don't want to marry her even if she paid for it. And he probably doesn't. I mean, I can believe that. Marriage is serious, and I think even the most player guys out here know that marriage is serious, and don't want to do it unless they really want to do it. And if he's not marrying her, and she's willing to accept, like, he's not accepting anything, he's living his life, she is accepting what he's giving her, and what he's giving her is some penis, 3 daughters, and her ability to work very hard to cover all of the household and take care of everything. That's what she's getting. And if she's okay with that, I mean, that's her business. She is always talking about marriage, and she does passively require it of him. I would say require should be replaced with wants it. Because if she required it of him, she would have it. But since she doesn't really require it, she just wants it. And he's not trying to give it. That's why she's sitting there looking silly. I don't think she be straight up with him because she knows if she tells him marry me or leave, he will leave. Well, no, I'm going to just say on today, don't ever tell a man that you love. Don't chump your man ever, okay? Don't chump your man. That's not the right. You don't have men do next level relationship moves with you by trying to chump them, okay? And chumping them is giving ultimatums. If you know that this is a deal breaker for you, then you just be ready. Like at this point, this relationship isn't where I want it to be and I want to break up. That's it. You don't chump anybody to do anything. Go into your boss's office and tell them, if you don't give me a promotion, I'm quitting. What you do is you walk into your boss's office and say, here's my letter of resignation. I just got a new job and I found a position that is going to both challenge me and give me the title that I'm looking for and be able to leverage the experience that I have now acquired after 5 damn years. No, I'm just kidding. After 5 years of sitting at my desk and waiting patiently. But such and such down the street not only gave me a $25,000 raise, a different title, and I get to work from home. Boom. Okay. That's when the VP of HR calls you for a meeting and says, Yolanda, we had this on the back burner and we just fast tracked it because we don't want you to go. And we want to talk to you about this new position and you'll be starting it in 2 weeks. We're offering you and da, 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 da. And that's when you make the decision. Why are you promoting me now when I'm walking out the door? Do you want the last minute because you were just leaving? So are you going to take the promotion or are you going to take the new job? It's the same thing. But you don't chump people and give out ultimatums, because ultimatums is not a good way to start a marriage. It's just not. And somebody could decide to marry you just because they don't have any other choices. So it's just not, my opinion, it's not a good way. It's not a good thing to do. It's nothing as a woman that you're ever going to feel good about, because if you have to chump your man to get an engagement, as you're walking down the aisle, you already know that it was a snatch and grab, and you're going to feel unsure of yourself in that relationship the whole way. And that's not a good thing to have in a marriage. Marriage should feel free. For any of you guys who don't think that marriage is like jail or something like that, it's not. It should feel very free. And if you don't feel free, if you don't feel in total trust and harmony with that person, I mean, that's something that you have to work on. But at the end of the day, from where I'm sitting, I feel free. I don't have to go look in no one's phone, anyone's private business, anything. I'm free. And at the end of the day, if there's ever a situation in a relationship where somebody violates a trust and somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to be doing and holding up their end of the bargain, then you handle it accordingly. Okay. But you should never feel like you have to grab someone's balls or you have to twist someone's arm to get them to do what you want them to do. That's not a real relationship. That is, that's not going to last. Let's see. Yeah, if Keesha wants to marry that dude, let her. But he's not going to do it, because a man who has nothing to offer, the fact that he has one thing to offer, which is giving her what she wants, which is his name and marriage, if he wanted her to have it, he would give it to her. And if he's not giving it to you after all of this, you guys are not children anymore. You guys are of a certain age. You guys have children. You've purchased a home, all of these things, whether his name is on the deed or not, I don't even know and don't care. Maybe he's not interested. But to the person's point who said maybe they've been together so long, now he doesn't feel like he has to. But he shouldn't have to. He should, first of all, he should want to because he loves her. And he should feel like he has to for one reason, because he has children that he should be setting a example for. But if he's not cut from that cloth, yeah, he don't care. So if she is prepared to live a life of concession and compromise, and I'm talking about outside the compromises of marriage. The compromises that people make within a marriage are very different versus like your compromise to edit your life goals and dreams, right? If you get a guy to marry you using a choice, if you get a guy to marry you using a choice, I'm not sure what you mean, Lord, that's the worst than paying them to marry you. Are you talking about an ultimatum? Yeah. Ultimatums are not, you should never, even if you get what you want, it's not a good thing. I'm assuming you meant to say ultimatum, and we were just talking about that 10 minutes ago. Does she want marriage? Sometimes I think she doesn't want marriage. She will have less control over him if she marries him, if that makes sense. Explain what you mean. I don't even know what control you're talking about. So you're talking about, okay, so I think what Mars is talking about, Mars, you tell me if I'm right or not. What you're saying is, she might not want marriage because as a girlfriend, she has him in a chokehold because she in theory, as far as we know, controls her money. But what it sounds like, though, she said that they have mutual bank accounts, right? So the control is what? That they're going to be married. It's community property. He doesn't have to kind of be on his best behavior because he's a husband. Husbands can get 86 just like boyfriends can. I don't think that that's true per se, but I'm going to just say this for any of you guys, if that is your way of thinking, eradicate that, even though, behind the scenes, of course, we understand strategy, but don't strategize. Like, marriage isn't a control thing. Marriage is a freedom thing. Marriage is something that when you marry someone and legally they are now your family, you have created a family unit, you're free. Not free to do, I mean, it's so hard to explain, but it's a freeing feeling. It's never putting someone in a chokehold. If you're dealing with someone who feels like marriage is a chokehold, find a new person to consider marriage with, because marriage is not a chokehold. It's not. And for any of you who've had that experience, you're probably not married anymore, right? And if you are married to someone that you feel like you're in a chokehold with, you're probably listening over here because maybe you need a little encouragement to make some changes in your life, right? Because that's not a good marriage. If she really wanted marriage, to your point, Elsie, she would be operating as a woman who wants marriage. She wouldn't be giving bimbo. She wouldn't be at work events with her breasts out in body contouring dresses and laughing flirtatiously like a woman who doesn't have a man at home with 3 children. Like, she's out here acting in the world as a woman who is available and or as a woman who doesn't take her man seriously, because only a pimp would want to have a woman out there displaying her body, kikiing it flirtatiously, dressed like a bimbo at the job site. Okay. And that's on per. I hope she did not put his name on the deed and he's a boyfriend. But what's different from her from the thousands of other women who did it yesterday? You know how many women buy houses as single women with men? A lot. I've seen a friend lose everything when she was forced to sell after a breakup. Okay. So, what, yeah, I don't, he was sitting, look, even if that closing was staged, when we saw the closing situation for her home buying adventure, he was sitting at the table and he was being passed paperwork. So, girl, we don't know. Um, there was just a payment issue, allegedly. Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, dropping that T. He doesn't want to marry her. That should be obvious. She doesn't want to marry him. Okay. Maybe they just like having kids together. She is dumb enough to do that to prove her loyalty and willingness to ride or die. I thought him being on the deed was already confirmed. Yeah, I don't know. Me personally, it was confirmed seeing him at the closing table, but as far as actually seeing documents with his name on it, I can't recall ever seeing anything like that. But if it's out there, it wouldn't surprise me because when they bought the house, it appeared when she showed some of the video footage, he was sitting at the table and he was being passed paperwork, which told me that that said to me he must be signing a deed. I don't know if they used his credit or not. He's not giving her the attention she needs, clearly. Right. Okay. I agree with that. Absolutely. Keesha will be sorry if he does marry her. She thinks she's got problems with him now. Girl, it would be a mess. And marriage makes good relationships great and bad relationships worse. Don't forget that big sis Auntie Fran told you that, okay? Um that's why she does it so she can say, "Oh, look, this guy hit on me today." Well, yeah. Some guys out there, and we see it on Instagram all the time. I saw a lady the other day. I don't know if sis is not with us anymore, if she's passed away, but there was a story. I think I either saw it on Baller Alert or Shade Room. She liked a guy's picture and I think she lost her life. Now, Sir might have obviously been mentally ill. I mean, obviously, something is wrong with someone who would do such a thing, but playing these games of getting attention from other men to think that that's going to light a fire up under your man to make your man know or feel like you're some sort of hot ticket out here. I mean, other men being attracted to you doesn't make you more beautiful or valuable to a secure man. A man who is secure within himself and loves his woman and knows she's beautiful is going to just assume that other men are going to want her. That's why a real man doesn't need to be convinced to scoop you up and marry you. He's going to do it anyway. Okay. Because when a man finds a good thing, he's going to wife you up. A man, that's the key word, a real man. He's going to wife you up. Okay. If he doesn't care that you're okay to move on, then he doesn't care it's okay for you to move on. But she's paying him as an employee. That's why she has IRS issues. Okay, a lot of YouTubers pay themselves and their kids as employees. Yeah, they receive the money as a company. The company has a lower tax rate and you issue out money to yourself and you also pay certain things as expenses. So I get it. Yeah. That's normal. A lot of people do that. There's a video where you guys know Patricia Bright. She is a baddie out here. She's an OG YouTuber. She's in the UK. Patricia Bright has talked about um on her, it's not a podcast, but she has it's called The Break. I think it's called The Break, with Patricia Bright. And she's talked about her past as an accountant. And I think she either used to work for like a Price Waterhouse or she worked for like a legit, like an Anderson Consulting or something like that, once upon a time. And she talks about how when she receives her monies are put into her company. Her company pays her a salary rather than receiving that money and breaking it and paying taxes based on a net income from the totality. It comes into the business has expenses, of which paying her a salary, so she pays a lower personal tax rate versus a corporate tax or a company like LLC tax rate. So it's the ways around people who potentially could be making large sums of money or will make money, are able to lower their tax rate. It's a tax maneuver, paying him as an employee. I mean, it's funny that he gets paid as an employee, but that's not out of the ordinary. Um, she is desperate for love and always has been. What he killed her for liking a photo. Yes, there's nothing to be confused about, sis. That's what happened. I think it was on Baller Alert. Yeah, girl, there's people out here. There was a guy a month ago who had this girl hostage. I'll say it like that, with a very lethal device because he thought she blocked him, and she had turned her phone on. She wasn't on live or anything. I guess she eventually posted it on TikTok or something. Maybe she was on live, girl. I don't know. Crazy stuff is happening. There's a lot of people out here who are very hot tempered, and there are a lot of very insecure men. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is playing with someone's emotions by entering in another man in the situation is not smart. It's very dangerous for women to do that. Women get killed every day for that reason. So I would not advise that. That's crazy. Um, Jeremy would be crazy because that also means he's responsible for half the payments too. What, marrying her? He's not, that wouldn't make him responsible. I mean, technically, on the deed has nothing to do with the mortgage. They don't care what happens, like who you deed the house to is your business. As far as the actual mortgage obligation would just be hers. Even if they got married in a community property state, if the note is still in her name and he doesn't get added to the mortgage, they would have to see him in court, and he could say that it was purchased by her company and he has no legal fiduciary responsibility to the company. He was paid as an employee, so I don't buy that. I don't know that he would have to, unless he's partial owner of the LLC. She made LLC for him in both their names and had business accounts in their names, but we don't know which LLC she used to purchase the home. If she used a LLC, did she? Yeah, I don't go that deep with it, guys. I don't know all that information. You guys are telling me stuff now. He will never have credit. Everyone has credit, good credit or bad credit. Okay. He has credit. It may not be to the extent where he can buy a home, but everyone has a social security number, and everyone's social security number is registered with the credit bureaus. If he's ever even gotten a cell phone, if he has an American, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Jeremy has no reason to marry her. She spoiled him rotten, and now he's comfortable without having to do a legal thing. Well, he did do a legal thing by having children with her. So that's a legal thing that they did do. And so they have birth certificates and they have children who have his name, right? They're the Pastel kids, and she's the mother of the Pastel kids. So they did do something legal. But as far as marrying her, me personally, I don't see it. There's no incentive for him to do it. And she might just be happy having baby showers and gender reveals. You know what I'm saying? That's cool for her. You know what I'm saying? That's what she wants. Um, Dr. Amira, not to worry. Chris will never marry Jazz, and Jeremy will never marry Keesha. Boom. Let's see. Splash likes the image he gets with being with Keesha. He is just there for the journey, no pun intended, right? Infinite mommy goddess. Because she's allowing it. Keesha wants two-parent household image. So she's got that. She's got the image, right? He will be there until she wants better. I completely agree with you. Boom. Okay. I mean, okay, guys. Girl, Those are all some great comments. I didn't expect this to be like a Tisha. I didn't expect this to be a Keesha dedicated situation. She's not happy with it. She was just talking about potential wedding song in that vlog. Yeah, look, she's not serious. That's what I'm going to say. If she were really serious about wanting to have a husband, she would not be with a man who is not husband material. That's number one. And number two, I think she would stop playing herself and get serious. And I would be closing houses like hotcakes and minding my business. I would be giving him a little less attention and I would be minding my business and handling my daughters. And if he doesn't see the value in what he has, then I would just be making my decisions accordingly. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make someone do what they don't want to do, but I would be just focusing on me and living my life. You know what I'm saying? I think that men, when they see you living to your potential, they see you um not having to have a crutch all the time and being independent even in a relationship is very sexy. Okay? Not saying you have to go run take out the trash. I'm just saying, if you know how to get up, brush your teeth and go to work and you're doing well at your job and you are um you know you love to cook and you're just living your life, you're in your joy, and you two add to each other's happiness and well-being, that's very sexy. Someone who can't do shit on their own and needs a damn crutch all the time and is emotionally unstable and is just a damn weirdo, that makes, when men say that you kind of scare them. If a guy tells you that they're scared of you, it's not because they're scared of you because they think you're going to punch him in the face. You're not stable, sis. Uh, how would we know that, sis? Did he complain that he has a stalker? Y'all think she's stalking him now? Can you imagine what that would look like if he married her? I don't know. Let's rephrase that. Do we think that Keesha is all up in his business, looking in his phone, checking his emails, following him, and or keeping tabs on him? Is that what you're saying? Um, sure. Why not? But stalking, I don't know about stalking. Does she keep tabs on him? Is she in his phone and social media? Does he have to have like a secret phone and all that kind of stuff? That's possible. I could see her doing that. I don't know if you call that stalking or not. I mean, if we live together, I don't know. People have weird relationships with phones and passwords and things like that. I don't think that that should be necessary. Um, I just don't think that that's necessary. She has money, however, he controls her. Um, I don't know how much he controls her. I think that Sosige controls her. I think Keisha really enjoys what they do in that bedroom. And that is a little bit of what guides her decisions. Y'all think she's stalking? Okay, I read that one. Does absolutely nothing for her and them girls. That's why he's always over. Oh, he always over brags on it. He can't even change the detector, the smoke alarm. Okay, got it. I don't understand what she finds so appealing about this person. It's the dick. Okay, it's the penis. It's the penis between us. She likes that. She's into it. She openly talked about going through his phone when he was drunk. That's how she found out how deep him and Ashley were. Okay. They don't trust each other, or she doesn't trust him. Who wants to marry someone like that? If he's fun, he's a good sperm donor and you like him and all that stuff, that's cool. But if you have to search his phone and do all those things and he's not trustworthy, that's not husband quality, sis. If you're listening in the bushes, that's not husband quality. Um, the smoke detector been chirping for over a month now. Like really, we have a man in there and he won't change it. He's a tumbleweed. Absolutely. She does stalk him. She sat outside Ashley's apartment whenever he was there. Did you ever do that in college? Did you have a boyfriend who cheated on you? Did you ever? I mean, people do that. I mean, that is odd, and that's not something that anyone, especially a grown woman. But um, you know what I'm saying? Like we've been through all the pamphlet times. Like this relationship has been a disaster since day one, probably, right? I haven't been around since day one. You guys have. But as far as what I've seen over the last couple of years, like y'all don't have to convince me. Like trust and believe. I see what's going on and it's a disaster. I'm sorry, but I stopped watching her because I couldn't stand to listen to him speak. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with how he speaks? You got a problem with Atlanta Southern playeristic talk? Never really has. Not in the bedroom, Fran. Quick giving me a visual, please. It's Sunday. She's into his pipe, but he's into her dirt. Yeah, that's I mean, look, they like what they like. I'm sorry, but okay, so you stop. Okay. Next, like he's just a placeholder. Well, don't hold that place too long. You're gonna end up like Shirley Strawberry. Okay. Um, okay. This doesn't. She doesn't trust him. So look at Keesha now, right? I don't know how old Shirley Strawberry is, but you guys know what's going on with Shirley Strawberry. Uh, hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. You guys go watch that. We're gonna talk about it a little bit later because we're gonna get caught up. I went to Fulton County, girl. I went to Fulton County and Mr. Ernesto, girl. Mr. Ernesto has damn near almost $1 million in bond that has to be paid. Okay. Mr. Ernesto, Shirley Strawberry, the husband of one of the co-hosts on the Steve Harvey show, sis got herself a real OG pimp, if you will, type. My opinion. Sir has been in lockup for well over 200 days, and he's just sitting now for a bond hearing, waiting for indictments to roll through. He does have some indictments in some other counties, but sis was sitting over there with some placeholders. Sis was sitting over there and allowed herself to be set up by her boss, and her boss set her up with a loser named Ernest Williams, aka Ernesto Williams, aka Nesto. Okay. And sis is looking real foolish. They say she's worth $5 million. However, she has lawsuit right now for rent that it appears that her man was sitting over there in an apartment with another woman. He was sitting over there in a house with another woman. He was hiding his side chick in plain sight. They had a credit restoration business right there in Atlanta. All kinds of businesses. It's almost like next level Apollo and Phaedra. Even though I know people think that Phaedra had something to do with whatever Apollo was doing, but the law said different, because Phaedra hadn't faced any time. Phaedra may have had to come off with some information. I don't know. But let people be foolish. We're just going to watch it play out on this internet. You know what I'm saying? If Keesha wants to sit around and use Jeremy as a placeholder, or Jeremy sit around and use Keesha as a placeholder, this is the way I see it. If we're using the placeholder scenario, I could see Jeremy using her as a placeholder before I see Keesha, because Keesha loves his dirty draws and she's continuing to consider having babies for him. Jeremy, I think, you know what I mean? Like, men, look, who is it? Al Pacino has a pregnant girlfriend right now. Okay, he's 83. Robert De Niro is 79 And his very beautiful melanated girlfriend, who's in her 40s, just had a baby. Okay. I'm saying that to say this: men can have babies until damn near the day they die. Okay. And hey Flo, hey Bobo, these men need to survive, women need to move smarter. Absolutely. It could be just some survival of the fittest. Jeremy is flexing his options more so than Keesha is treading water. Any of you guys who swim, you know what I mean. Treading water is when you've got your chin right above the water, you're doing your little doggy paddle, and you are keeping your head above water. Keesha is working very hard for what she has. Jeremy, if we want to use another imagery, he is on the chaise lounge, enjoying the sun and waiting for dinner to be served. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole mess. Okay. So, absolutely. Is she related to Daryl? No, I don't think so, Boo Boo. If she is, I don't know. Let's not muddy the water with Daryl Strawberry, the infamous. But I don't know. But her name is Shirley Strawberry. She's been with Steve Harvey for damn near 20 years, as a co-host, and she is part of his syndicated talk show situation. And she met her husband through Mr. Harvey, and Sir is a convicted felon. That's not alleged. He's a convicted felon. So say the state of Georgia and the assistant district attorney of the county of Fulton. Um, and he is considered dangerous to the point where Mr. Ernesto Williams was charged with not leaving the county, not leaving the state, has to surrender his passport, must be on an ankle monitor, and has orders to not contact or communicate physically, phone, computer, no internet, no nothing, period, but also a list of people who he is not to contact, including his co-defendant. It's a mess. So, Sir has, there's a mountain, and they said maybe 15 more felony charges coming his way. When I printed his report from Fulton County, girl, it took up a whole page. Okay. No. Okay. Okay, Keesha and Jeremy, I would give those two clowns my phone number. Yes, it's a disaster. He moved in with her 4 months after he committed to her, which was because he gave him, okay, the 25 gifts girl. Yes. He didn't start out liking her. It was the benefits. It could have been, she's nice. Maybe he liked her as a friend. She's cute. She's giving up the putty cat. Let's just say we don't think he loves her. I don't know that he doesn't like her, but as far as loving on her, treating her as a man who loves her, yeah, I beg to differ. Let me pull up some comments since we're sitting here just shooting the gif. Um, let's see. Let me pull up. Um, okay, let's. Okay. Let's shuffle the deck a little bit because, all right, so these are comments I have not responded to and contain questions. Dr. A, we see you, sis. Okay. Let's see. Let me make this bigger. I like having the picture next to it so we know what video it's coming from, but okay. Oh, let me do this instead. Boom. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, Michelle Kelly. So to answer the question, apple pie, is Shirley Strawberry related to Daryl Strawberry? Yes, related ex brother in law. She was married to his brother. Thank you, Michelle. Boo boo. Girl, look at Michelle coming through. Okay, thank you. Look at Bougie Gang. You guys are so resourceful. Okay, questionable, which is why she cannot remember her lies, why she cannot wake up early. Oh, let me do this. Let me do it like this might help. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay. Questionable, which is why she cannot remember her lies. This is related to Jasmine Mom Camp. Chris is keeping her drunk and mixed with substances, in my opinion. Okay, so no question there. Baby mama, who do you think you are, baby daughter? Oh, okay. So I reposted something that was on TikTok. You guys may or may not have seen it. We can talk about it another time. But you guys were watching that. Basically, there's a girl who had a baby with a dude and she started sleeping with his brother. Pretty foul. And he was calling sis out for it, and sis is not really here for it. She wasn't she gave literally giving zero F's, and it's pretty heartless, and it's not a good look for us as women. But what can we do? She's one person. She feels how she feels. She's had her relationship with this man, and she's doing him dirty by sleeping with his brother. But at the end of the day, we don't know what happened to break up the relationship. So that's how I'm going to answer that. I'm not advocating doing stuff like that, but at the end of the day, that's pretty, it's foul. Okay. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one, right? So yeah. Philip took Aiden to the barbers when he got out, since Chris had the clippers out, cut his own son's hair. Why do one when both boys need it? Well, Rose, the person who wrote this, there's a reason why Stinkabug has not gotten a haircut yet. Maybe they're waiting till he's 2. I don't know. I know some people like to do little man buns until the baby turns 1 or 2. Clearly, he's past 1. He's going to be 2. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just, it's one of those like, girl. Heard Peach doesn't have health insurance, saying she's got bills from last birth, that no insurance. Who with 7 kids has no insurance? The kids, look, with her being a 1099, look, okay, let me say it like this. Peach has made plenty of money and she could buy her own private health insurance. If she chooses to not do that, ask her about health insurance as a content creator. Come to her, ask her a question where she's not going to immediately come for your throat, and let's see if we get an answer. I'm not going to ask because, you know, I would think that if you made $500,000, you would have some sort of financial planner who is not only going to have you set up with insurance policies, burial policies, all kinds of term life insurance, health insurance, and all of the things to secure your financial future. If you are living hand to mouth, running to the fucking casino 3 weeks after you have a baby and a C-section, why do you think, like, if this chick thinks it's a good idea to go drip money down a damn slot machine and go sit at the Hard Rock 3 weeks after a C-section and your baby's in the NICU, why are we asking about insurance? I'm just asking, okay? All right. Have y'all ever seen that Keesha wore? Have y'all ever seen what Keesha wore when she went to Jedediah's Navy Army ceremony where she met his family? I knew then this was off. This girl was off. It was giving straight up stripper. Shouts out to the strippers. We don't hate strippers and exotic dancers here. I mean, anything a lady needs to do to make their coins, you just got to understand that um sometimes stuff needs to go to the grave. Okay. Everybody doesn't need to know what your profession is. There are people out here who are living stripper chronicles and that's their business. There are some people who are quietly going to do their shift and you would never know it. Okay. I knew then this girl was off. It's giving straight up stripper. She is sending her little ladies the wrong message. She's giving bimbo. It's not even stripper. She's giving bimbo. That's the way I see it. Sis is giving bimbo. Um I love rapid Q&A. Okay. Jasmine actually said out loud Chris keeps asking her if she got paid. The fact that she's not embarrassed or annoyed is truly unreal. See, us working girls who actually have to I don't have to drive to a location anymore, but at the end of the day, these are women who were raised by particular types of women. And these are also women that know that for daddy to be home, you got to pay. You got to pay to play over there. So if daddy waiting on his paycheck, that's just what it is, right? Okay. Where's Aiden? He's at work. Oh, you said quiz. He's at work. No, he's not. I forgot. What? Yeah, sis lies real smooth. It's the lies, okay? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick so we stay caught up. Medicaid. It's possible. Medicaid. It's possible Medicaid because um Peach has a very unreliable income. And I don't see, so this is my impression. I don't know this for facts, right? This is my impression of Peach. Peach is making a very considerable income from YouTube, and Peach might just be getting that money straight to her account. She's not getting it into an LLC. She's not having a business manager say, okay, here's $10,000. You net 30. Or, this is what your company grossed for the month, and this is what you get, this is what Wood gets, this, and we're going to pay all the bills of the house, we're going to pay your content, house, apartment, whatever, and this is in reserve for whatever, this is going to cash reserve, okay, or savings, insurance policies, all those things. I don't think that's happening. That's just my opinion. Anyone who's making $30,000 a month, or not less than 10,000 a month. Less than 10,000 a month is very, like, if you're mid-career and you're making $100,000 a year, $10,000 is what you're bringing home. $8,000, $10,000, $11,000. That's not that big of a deal. Okay. You're making $30,000. You're making some nice money, right? And girl, we're gonna see how that plays out. Okay. There is no way that Keisha's making Peach McIntyre money at all. Okay. Yes, shout out to the strippers. At least they're getting paid. Strippers attire is now mainstream, from the dresses to the shoes. I just think this, and showgirls, all kinds of, look, at the end of the day, I don't begrudge any woman in how she makes her money. I don't agree with prostitution, but if that's what you got to do, girl, that's your business. But at the end of the day, everybody doesn't have to know what you do for a living. When my neighbors, we just got some new neighbors 6 months ago, I don't even know their names. They rent that house across the street. But in any case, not because of that, I don't know them. I don't know what they do for a living. Sir could be a doctor for all I know. Sir could be a damn Uber driver for all I know. His wife could be a damn brain surgeon, right? Or she could be OnlyFans. I don't know. I don't care. Does that make sense? Everybody doesn't need to know. This is one thing, and I hope that this gives you some awareness, like this summer, if you're very social, when you're single, right? Or even married, whatever. As a person out here in this world, and you're at a social situation and you meet people and it's you start to small talk, this is what I want you to do. Don't ask anybody what they do for a living. It's not relevant. Okay. It is not relevant what people do for a living. Don't be that one. Don't be like them. Okay. Number one. And number two, if somebody asks you, where do you work? What do you do? Ask them why. Say why. That's number one. And number two, don't tell them, because they're trying to size you up. They're trying to see how much coin you have. And they don't know. You could be answering phones and have 2 million YouTube followers and be making lots of money. Okay. Um, I had a friend, it was funny. People would ask her what she does, and she would say, I work in an office. And she would give a very general answer, and sis made a lot of money. And it was funny. Don't let people put you in a box, and don't put yourself in a box, and stop being nosy. I never ask people what they do for a living. I don't care. I want to learn, I want to know more about you. If we're talking and we just happen to strike up a conversation, I don't need to know where you work. I don't need to know what side of town it's on. I don't really care. Like, whatever the reason we started talking, like the pool looks refreshing. Oh, I love your dress, whatever, da 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 da. Don't allow people to try to get up in your pockets. And the first one is when they're asking you what you do for a living and where you work. Okay. Um, Done on that. Okay. I'm just, remember this when you go to the next party and people start asking you questions. Okay. When they say, where do you work? Why? That's going to put them right on Front Street as you're being nosy. Don't even say, why do you care? Why? You trying to size me up? You want to see if I'm worth talking to? You want to see if I'm that bitch? Like, what is it? Don't do that. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't be nasty about it. Just ask why. I bet you they're not going to ask anybody else that for the rest of the night. And don't you ask either. Okay. If you want to get to know someone, where they work, what they do should have nothing to do with it. Pick better friends, pick better gentlemen. If you see a dude that looks dusty, he probably is. And if you see a dude that looks dusty and he's a pleasure to talk to, girl, he could be a brain surgeon in his dress down clothes. Okay. Take time to actually get to know someone. Don't go based off of he said he does this and he said he does that and da 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 da. If all somebody wants to do is talk to you about what they do for a living, find somebody else. That's boring. Okay. All right, next. Okay. I don't think she closed. Okay, here we go about the closing, guys. Let's answer a few of these. I don't think she closed. It was all an act. Did you see the lady with any keys and she wasn't at the closing table? She pre-recorded that, and also that old ass Fendi bag was on flat flat. All this girl does is lie. I don't have a problem with vintage bags, but I didn't see her. What old Fendi bag does she have? I have to take a look at it. But I mean, look, $3,000 5 years ago is still valid. It's not invalid. Not to mention, guys, your speedies are coming back. I was watching. I was on the Louis Vuitton. Was I on Instagram? I was watching Pharrell. Pharrell was at the design table, and one of his first things that he wanted to do was bring some life back to the speedies. So, hold on a second. For all the people out there who have been waiting for their speedies to come back, girl, Pharrell is bringing the speedy back. Okay. And but it's going to be all leather, and it's going to be smushy, and it's going to be different. He's redoing it, right? As the new creative director for men's. Okay. And if you when you buy, if you're ever searching the Louis Vuitton website or in the store, take a look over on the men's side, because men's accessories are nice. I love men's wallet, and you know, some of the way that the men's accessories are styled, they're nice. But yeah, he's doing a lot and bringing some color and all of those things. But I guess the hot news on that front is, especially for Keesha, who loves her Damier Eben Speedy 25 or 30, whatever it is. It's coming back. So girl, you've worn it long enough. You're gonna, the Fendi bag, I don't know. The Zuka print is timeless, and even if it is old, as long as it's not dusty and crusty, it's still okay to wear. If hers is hella dusty and looks like it's seen better days, then it's time to trash it. You got your cost per wear. Um, okay, I breathe for a living. Okay, girl 6, she breathes. Yes. Yes. Okay. I swear I didn't realize that so many females live their lives lying for men who does nothing. You didn't? Girl. What was that movie on the white lady who thought she married a doctor? It was, oh God. It was on Netflix. Girl, the Tinder swindler. Did you not think it was us black women doing that? Because everybody does it. Latino, Caucasian, black women, Asian women, girl, it's called a gigolo. There's gigolos out here. Oh my God. There was a movie with Steve Martin and oh God, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. If you guys want to watch a funny movie today, if you don't look up on whatever service you have, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Steve Martin and some other actor, I can't think of his name at this moment, were both like gigolo swindler fraudsters, and they were in Monaco, and they were targeting a woman who was said to be like, let's just say, the Kylie Jenner of that time. Okay. And you love that movie, January. Isn't it funny? And they were in Monaco, and they were eyeballing this lady who they were getting ready to shim sham. Okay. Shimmy sham flam, take all her money. Right. And it was individual. They happened to run into each other in the hotel and realized who each other were. They'd heard of each other out on the streets, like, oh, you're so and so. Like, what are you doing here? Oh, what are you doing here? Well, they had the same mark. They were marking on a lady, okay, who they thought was to be rich. Okay. I'm not going to I'm not going to give you the whole movie, but not only is it funny, it's a lesson that there's people out here that have heard of you, they've seen you, they're stalking your Instagram, they see you like to go to Bali, they see you got a couple little coins, they see you shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue. They know they know your mom lives in St. Louis, and da 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 da. Da. They know you're affiliated with the Greek Panhellenic, and they know everything that they need to know to spark up to spark up a conversation with you and say all the right things that will make you think that you just met your soulmate. Okay, you guys make it real easy on this internet. So and so's 85th birthday, what college, what you do for a living, all the things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, this is my point. They're out here, sis. They're out here, and they're at work right now. They are over at the white party popping open your favorite rosé because they saw it on your timeline, and you said that you were going to be at that party, and they're going to be down there because they want to meet you. And in 6 months, you guys are going to be in a whole Instagram spread with the whole engagement photo shoot. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Like, in her mind, we don't know. Why lie? Because she knows that that's what society, like, whether he is an entrepreneur, I don't know. I don't think that he is. I don't think he's doing anything but working for Keesha. A job, like Mama Joyce. You can't tell Mama Joyce that Todd is not an opportunist. Okay. I don't think she thinks that Todd spreading around Candy's money and opening businesses is ever going to make him qualified to be Michael Caine. Thank you, Kay Cherise. Hey, boo boo. I don't think that him spreading Candy's money around and making it grow is ever going to make her feel like he is qualified to be her son-in-law. You see what I'm saying? Ladies, be smart. Don't put everything you're doing on the internet. Absolutely. Or don't give people enough to profile you so that when they run into you, all they need to do is look up your social media, look up your LinkedIn, look up anything. If my LinkedIn right now says private company, I don't need anybody keeping a trail on me of where I've worked, or where I'm working, what I am doing. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that the hard way when I had a couple people try to come for my employment. But that's okay, because lessons learned are good, right? If you don't learn the lessons out here, then you're dumb. So when you have an experience, if you learn a lesson from it, boom. Okay. Man's rejection is God's protection. Okay. So Bria out here thinks that Keesha was lying on that clothes. Okay. This is the video right here. If you haven't seen that one, make sure to go check it out. But Bria thinks that it was a staged event. And, I mean, look, she staged the congratulations because she thought that she wasn't going to be available and in Miami. So it could be anything, sis. You know what I mean? How do her friends repost her closing, but her partner posts his boy's birthday? Let me. Since well, why?
That's my man, bitch. Oh, don't try to read me out. And my man, thank you to my man. And my man. Oh, don't try to read me out. My man. Oh, real bad.
Stop playing with her. Don't ask her about her man. Okay, stop it. Why did her friends post her closing and her man did not?
That's my man, bitch. Oh, don't try to read me out. And my man, thank you to my man. And my man. Oh, don't try to read me out. My man. Oh, real bad.
Still the same. Yeah. Period. Don't play with me.
And y'all keep getting us together. Yes, that video was true. I was in the process of divorcing him. I hired a divorce attorney, paid the retainer, like I'm done, it's through, we're gonna break up. And he was like, okay, if that's really what you wanna do. But see, my husband, I'm
my man, bitch. Oh, don't try to read me out.
Girl, when Genuine fell off that stage, I thought I was gonna die. Okay. If you guys have not seen a couple other good things to watch on YouTube right now, if you watch Drink Champs, you got to see the Genuine interview. It's so good. Genuine interview was amazing. That's number one. Number two, if you didn't see Juvenile Tiny Desk performance, amazing. Like I would watch that back to back over damn Babyface or even who else was it? Was it Charlie, Uncle Charlie? Any day. Okay. So very, very good. Those were some really good Tiny Desk performances recently. And of course, Meg the Stallion is my absolute favorite. I love Meg the Stallion's Tiny Desk performance. So if you want me to share those, I'll share them. But yeah, Juveniles was so good. Juvenile and Meg the Stallion are my two absolute favorite Tiny Desk performances, bar none. Okay. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? It was amazing, Christy. Yes, it was so good. If you guys want me to share it, you don't know what I'm talking about, I will share it because it's that good. How do her friends repost her closing? It's my man. Okay. Are you talking about my man? Okay. Since we know you read the comments, no man that loves his woman would do this. Look at your friends, men / husbands. None of them compare to your baby daddy. Watch Brittany Marshall, how her spouse is present and assists in and out of the household. That's a husband. And they have a different relationship. They have a real relationship. He posted it on his story. Oh, so he did post it on his story, according to China Doll. Hey, China Doll. She's likely posted it on his story for him. So look, then Amber comes back and says, well, she probably did it for him. Okay. So yeah, I mean, look, let's ask this question. Is Jeremy managing his own social media? Is that the better question? How sad Liv is, girl. Now we're rolling into Liv. Let's pass Liv. We'll do some Liv questions another day. Isn't that sad? Okay. Does she like to be helpless? This comes up a lot. I don't think she likes to be helpless. I think somewhat she is helpless. When she asks her mom to do random things in the kitchen, I do find it very strange. Okay. I do find it very, very strange. Nearly Fierstein, thank you so much for coming through, sis. Right, January. But I think if Jazzy didn't tell Chris all she could do for him, and Keesha didn't tell Jeremy everything she could do for him, those men wouldn't have been with those two. I don't know. He wins Tiny Desk 2023. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Meg the Stallions is good too. It's so good. I love him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a whole lot about that life. Um I can't. I don't know. I don't know what she like. These guys are, like Chris is a certified bum. He came with a bag of hats. Like, I don't know, sis, Um, yeah. 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 Okay. I don't know what to say. Um, hey, good at everything. Has anyone heard Has anyone had an augmentation? Are you supposed to wear the same bra for weeks? So this is a little bit of a question and snarky question altogether. Hi, Brazier. She said she liked being pregnant because Jeremy is home more and waits on her hand and foot. But Jeremy's out slinging that sausage at night. So I don't know. Has anyone had an augmentation? Are you supposed to wear the same bra for weeks, or do you have multiple ones to switch into? Are you able to bathe that area? I think, like with most surgeries, as far as the bathing, once your tape comes, like you can. So I had a C-section. I've had a couple of surgeries. And when I had the surgical tape, basically you could let the water drip over the surgical tape. I had in dissolving stitches is what you call it. And if when the tape starts to come off, don't peel it off. It has to just come off. You can let the water drizzle on it. Don't get too much soap on it. Don't try to wash that area, but you can let warm water trickle on your skin and you just avoid, but wash all the hot spots. All the hot spots, get them, and you guys know how to wash. I think sis was being just a little funny here, but yes. I don't know, Miss Sandra, she should have asked her mom. That should have been part of her duties, is washing her bra, right? My man, my man, my man. I love that. Okay, why is a 1-year-old staying up that late? What's wrong? We're gonna go keep going. Have her lips gotten bigger, or is her face more sunken? Her face looks more sunken to me. This is what happens when you are not living right. Okay, she gets fillers in her face now. Are y'all still waiting on the laundry room tour? That girl, we have not seen the laundry tour. Let me say coming soon. Okay, coming soon. The mud room and the basement too. Okay, boom. Yes, I'm waiting for the laundry room reveal. Do they have a washer and dryer? That's interesting. Was it necessary? Um the bed movement. This is when Liv was over there humping the bed. Liv was horny. Liv was over there humping on that damn bed, girl. It was not. Oh my god, it wasn't. Girl. Okay, that's funny. That was hilarious. Okay. Um Someone's getting an alert now that I just responded to their comment. They could be watching. Who knows? What is going on here? Jumping from one thing to another. What is this? Oh, maybe her editing, I'm not sure. Why would she show up to the airport looking like a ratchet? Cuz she is. Cuz she is. Is she a real Okay, this is what I want to ask you guys, okay? Number 1, when you guys respond in the comments, you guys on your phone, when you hit the respond, you know that they give you a little option now with the timestamp. When you guys comment, can you please put timestamps? Because sometimes you guys are commenting to very specific areas of videos, and it helps us all laugh too, because then we can go to that area and laugh. And also, it helps me because sometimes when you're making a very specific comment and I don't know what you're talking about, I can click on the timestamp and that helps me answer your question. And I'm going to try and do better. They have a new option too of when you guys put a comment if I'm answering on my phone, I can comment back with a short, which I like doing that. And I think the short link will comment back to you, so you know that I just commented to you and to go and click that link. So YouTube has added a couple little features, and with YouTube, if you don't use it, we lose it. So number one, when you guys comment, if you feel it necessary, just drop the timestamp, okay? That way, when I respond back, I can get back in there with maybe a short with your question, kind of like if any of you guys are TikTokers, like when you reply, it's more fun to get a video reply or something like that. So can you guys, if you guys do that, you do your part and I'm gonna do mine, okay? The bra's giving unwashed. Leaving her for dead in a garage. Fran almost lost her ever-loving mind when she spotted Keesha wearing a dingy surgical bra while she was practicing ringing that I sold a house bell. Oh my God, wasn't that awful? That was awful. Okay, yeah, I was really surprised that she was wearing a midriff top at the job. Like, she really doesn't know office etiquette. That's pretty sad. Let's take a couple more. A couple of people have asked me for some Jayla updates, so expect that coming up this week. I know we haven't really been into Jayla, but Jayla's dropped off a couple of videos. So I'm going to, when I get up off of here, I'm going to get Jayla on the big screen and get caught up and see what sis is up to. And we will get into some Jayla. I'm going to write her down on my list. We did not do anything else we were supposed to do today. This was all pretty much like a Keesha get caught up video, but that's okay because I love you guys. And if that's what y'all wanted today, that's what we got, right? So I appreciate y'all very much. Did her clients close? I think I just put up a short. The short should be premiering. Let me go to it. If it's not, it'll be not premiering, but the video. Can I talk? There is a video of her talking about in her last that she had the one client closed and then the other client is not closing and they need to go house shopping again. But this is what gets me. Why does she not? Any of you guys looking for houses right now, your real estate agent should have you on the MLS where you have searches and every day you're getting new what's on the market, right? And I don't understand why you, like, if you're not, I don't know, if you're not settled in on a home and the deal has not been accepted and or it has fallen through, why in the world are you putting it as like you guys need to go house shopping? I would imagine like there should be 4 or 5 houses already lined up with appointments and going to visit them. Like, she doesn't seem to be as in the game as I would want my real estate agent to be if I'm truly trying to buy a home. Like, I would be very aggravated with this selling process if my agent wasn't on her fucking job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my impression. That might not be what it is, but the impression that I'm left with is we're starting from scratch. And when my house falls through, I don't want to be starting from scratch. Even when we were sitting waiting to close, not packing waiting to close, but let's just say ironing out the final details of the contract before, as we're getting cashier's checks, all those things, we were still looking. We still had houses coming because you never know what can happen. People pull out, they decide not to sell, whatever it might be. Once we finalize the contracts and we had a closing date and checks have been deposits and all that kind of stuff are happening and we accepted an offer on all that stuff, then I stop looking. It's like when I've said, when you go looking for wedding dresses, you could be looking for wedding dresses till the day before your wedding. At a certain point, you got to stop looking because wedding dress shopping is fun. But at the end of the day, you got to make a decision and stick with it, right? Just like dating. Dating is fun, right? But at a certain point, you find your mate and you stop dating and you start courting and being serious with one person, right? That was the cleaning crew, girl. Why would she show up to the airport looking ratchet? Because she is. Okay. Why is Keesha always starting businesses? She has not followed through. Now she is on to the next. We haven't seen her business partner, Ashley Sellers. Ashley Sellers, update, guys. Ashley did close on a home. Where did it happen to that one? Ashley Sellers did sell a house, sold by Sellers. Ashley closed on a home sometime last week. I don't have all the details of it. I think I might have screen recorded it. So if I did, I will put it up in a short. Did her clients close? One client closed. The other client is back up for grabs. And she said she had a possible third some weeks ago. And I have not heard hide nor hair of that person again. Does her mom live with her? Did Keesha lie about her mom living in her own home? She says mom does not live there. And she said her mom lives at her own place because she did mention something about some sort of pasta dish the other day and said that her mother may have cooked it and brought it over. So I don't know. I don't know enough about Miss Sandra. Are you still releasing the tea? I don't know what tea this lady's talking about. Are you still releasing the tea? Oh, maybe she's talking about that lady who came from out the bushes. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. So there was this girl that reached out to me on Instagram. I guess I'll talk about it now because it's been a minute. But anyway, sis seems to be a nice girl. She's in the bushes. She watches my channel. I don't even know what she chats. She may chat, but she's not. I don't think she doesn't come to the chat under the name that she reached out to me on Instagram. But she is someone who said that she used to mess with Jeremy around the same time that he was messing with Lily. And I think I told you guys this at the time. About a month or two ago, he was over there liking all of her pictures and doing the same stuff that he normally does. He's not subscribed, but he'll go and like 11 pictures. And then he messaged her behind the scene, not behind the scenes, but he messaged her in DM and basically was like, what's up? Can I come through kind of thing? And sis has a boyfriend. She's not interested, but she was just, basically telling me that I'm talking about Keesha and Jeremy. Basically said that he reached out to her, liked all her pictures, and was basically trying to kind of do a temperature check as far as, is she still available? Is she still digging him? Whatever. And sis told me she had a boyfriend and she wasn't interested and that she would come on and talk about it. I'm going to be honest. I felt like there wasn't enough substance there. And I wouldn't say I wasn't interested, but like I told her, if he reaches out to you with more, let me know. But liking a bunch of pictures, and we used to mess around a year and a half, 2 years ago, I didn't feel like was worth bringing for an interview, because what is there really to talk about? Like, they got together a few times, according to her, and smoked, got together, fooled around. He reached out to her very recently, but it wasn't a whole lot of substance in the DMs. They never set up a date because she's got a boyfriend. And so I did talk about it. And once I finally talked to her, we had like a 45-minute conversation. Like I told her, I just really didn't think it was enough for me. Like, cause I'm not on that exposing. If there was something really to talk about, but the fact that they had just done something like, a couple years ago, and he's over there liking her pictures, I'm sure he likes a lot of people's pictures. So to me, it just wasn't like that big of a deal. Does it still show that Jeremy's out here creeping and crawling around Instagram and trying to see if people's DMs are still available? Absolutely. But that's not a surprise to anybody. I didn't feel like it was bringing anything interesting and new. And I felt like there would be more questions. And I just don't have time for that type of smoke unless there's some smoke. So I'm not really trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't, it was like, okay, like it's almost like a fat kid that goes and buys donuts. Like, are we surprised? Jeremy likes women. Jeremy trolls around the ladies. Is that it's not surprising. So like I told her, sis, if he gets back in contact with you and there's more there, please hit me back up. Otherwise, I just want to kind of sit on this. So I'm telling you basically what happened at this moment, but it wasn't enough for me to like disrupt what I got going on, to stop the presses and say I've got some inner, because it wasn't anything. And you know what I mean? I don't want to be in the position where people are like, oh, you're fabricating. So I want to see some juicy receipts. That was not of a juicy receipt nature to me. Okay. I believed sis, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't really anything. It was him liking some pictures and him like, you know, was a, this was 2 months ago, sis. So yes, if they were together 2 months ago, then I told you guys that someone had reached out to me of a creeping nature with Mr. Postel. Yes, yes, yes. But I mean, I'm not going to call it cheating because all he did was like her pictures and he reached out and like was asking her about coming through. And I think they interacted 2 times and he never got the address. She'd already moved from her old address. He never hit her up to say, I came through and someone else is living at your apartment, or like, what's your current address? Like they never actually made an arrangement to meet up. So it wasn't enough there to even really talk about. But she wanted to come on and do an interview. And I just didn't feel like there was enough there for me to, like I said, stop my regular content because somebody has a story that they want to tell. Also because I had no way of validating it at that point, and there just was not enough information in the DMs. So, okay. Yes, this was when back then. Okay. That question, I think that this seemed to be around the time, based on what I was gathering, he was probably remember when Keesha said that there were multiple women that he was messing with? I think this is one of the multiple women that he was messing with when he was messing with Ashley. Yes. Okay, let me clear that up. Yes. She's from back in the day. So when I say 2 years ago, I guess the 2 to 3 year mark of when he was doing his thing. And I guess she was pregnant with Jory, right? Or maybe had just had the twins. She's someone who he had been seeing. And I guess the one thing that did, she was a little younger. I mean, not way, way young, but you know, what is Lily, about 25? So Lily was also younger than him too, because he's 30 and Lily's, you know, maybe 4 or 5 years younger than him. So this girl probably is 5, 6 years younger than him. So that was interesting. But anyway, so I don't know if that's what sis meant. Are you still releasing the tea? I mean, that's all the tea. What the tea that I would say is that if you think Jeremy is still in people's DMs, trolling, liking lots of women's pictures, things like that, at least from one person that reached out to me and sent me receipts and all of that, sent me her, she sent me, you know, the screenshot of when you can see that someone liked all your pictures. She sent me that and it said splash the it was what it was, right? But is that it? Like I said, it just, I don't know. It wasn't enough. It wasn't fire. It was a little bit of a spark of little smoke. It wasn't enough smoke. One day, if it gets to be more, then that's just an additional receipt on top of anything else, right? But yeah. Okay. Does she even keep track of her lies? Where does she get the money to do all this? Oh, I'll skip that one. I'll go back to undo that. Why isn't Jeremy on the ad if it's a joint venture? Are they talking about the credit repair service? Possibly. I don't know. But to me, JeremyandKeesha.com is not a professional enough sounding business name for me to turn over my credit information, birthday, social security number, and think that you're going to repair my credit. You got to be kidding. So that's a great question. Anyway, let's stop right there because I think we are definitely at the 2 hour mark, and this was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. He's tired of Keesha's punani. Okay, girl. Hey, Kitchen Trap Queen. Hey, Boo Boo. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know you guys like Q&A because honestly, one of my most viewed videos with the court trial was when we did a Q&A. When we did the Q&A after court and we talked about the Keesha Toya Talk situation, that's like one of my lives with the highest views. That's not like my highest view video, but you guys really seem to like that. And I like doing addressing comments and stuff like that, like when we just talk and whatever. So that was fun. But no, is this the Mucker? Somebody came through and was asking about Mucker update. Let me get myself together and then we'll do that. I'm gonna have to come back and we'll talk Muckers. I didn't intend for this to be like a whole thing, but it was fun. We talked about a lot. I feel like we had a very robust conversation here today, and I enjoyed you all very much. And I thank you very much for handling that thumbs up because you guys are pretty amazing. And I didn't get any feedback on the on my man, but you guys can drop them in a second what you think. The little compilation of my man, and let me know in the comments what you think. I put that together this morning. I thought it was funny. I kind of was working on that when I was doing like the little Steve Harvey short that I put up about Miss Shirley. And then I was like, you know what? I think I like that as maybe a Daddy Gone, Mom Camp, my man, something to add. I think this talk was just a reminder to keep your standard, keep them high, sis. That's it. Absolutely. Period. Yes, thank you. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your holiday weekend. You know I'll be back. I'll be back. So just give me a minute. Let me go interact with my family and see what's going on. Let me go check on my man, okay, and my daughter and my doggies and make sure everybody is good. So, and then once I do that and validate that my people are good, then I might come back and then we'll talk some muckas, some suckers out on these mucka ass streets of the YouTube and see what's going on, because I think Creole Bay is playing with Erica. Erica's playing with Creole Bay, and they're all playing with us for numbers. And you know what I mean? I'm here for it. It's summertime. Why not? Right? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go and I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay. This is what we're gonna be doing for a minute.
Don't gotta read me out. And my man, thank you to my man. And my man. Don't gotta read me out. My man. Ooh, real bad.
Still the same. Yeah. Period. Don't play with me.
And y'all keep getting us together. Yes, that video was true. I was in the process of divorcing him. I hired a divorce attorney, paid the retainer, like I'm done, it's through, no breakup. And he was like, okay, that's really what you want to do. But see, my husband, I'm
That's my man, bitch.